Alrighty. Well, welcome to this little happy hour event that Mallory's doing. So Mallory joined Beautycounter with me like 3 days ago. We've known each other for a long time though, just been like online friends. Even though we live really close, especially now, we live really close. We should hang out. So I just want to share a little bit about Beautycounter, why I started, and then Mallory can talk about that, and then we'll just get into like some of like my favorite products, the best sellers. We have a lot of products, so I'm obviously not going to go into all of that tonight. So Beautycounter is a clean and safe skincare company. Like they're primarily skincare, but they do have makeup, lots of skincare, and then it goes into bath and body, sun care, men's, and baby line. And so they are. They have a never list of 1,500 ingredients that they'll never put into their products because a lot of companies, fortunately, a lot of companies are trying to go cleaner, but they may have, 10 or 100, but Beautycounter goes above and beyond and they do 1,500. So if anything has even a remote chance of having a concern to your health, they'll put it on the never list. And so it's been 1,500 for a couple years now. And then just this past month, they added 300 more ingredients to it. So they're really dedicated to being the leaders in clean beauty, and no other company does what we do. And they're really proud of that. And they're really always going to stay on top of that because they want to be the leader in that and have other people follow and be clean, because they don't want you to have to just buy Beautycounter. They are huge on advocacy and working in Washington to get laws changed. And there hasn't been a law changed in over 80 years that regulates what goes into our products. So really companies can say anything they want. They can put anything they want in it. Even if something says it's like clean, if there's fragrance in it, there's a lot of like terrible ingredients that they can hide in fragrance. So you really just have to, the point of us to do Beautycounter is just really educating people on how to learn what you're using, if it's safe, and just really learning, like, it's not that you're just going to go and replace everything that you're using, but I think that if you can learn how you can be better, then if you can choose to be better, then I think that's something that we should be able to do, because we're really exposed to so many chemicals throughout the day that if we can choose to clean with, cleaner cleaning products, use cleaner things for our face, because really anything you put on your skin does go into your body. And so the never list is the 1,500 ingredients. And so they're built on education, like I said. So they really just want to educate people, because most people think they know that they're using something clean, and then it's generally not, unfortunately. The products that I was using when I was pregnant, they were like, you can't use that anymore because you're pregnant. And then when I was breastfeeding, they said, you can't use that anymore because you're breastfeeding. And so that's really when I started looking deeper into what I was using. There's a couple different apps that you can scan like your products to see how clean they are on a scale of 1 to 10. And that's when I really started to notice the things that I thought were clean, like paying for really high-end skincare and makeup. And I'd go to Sephora and Ulta and spend like $200 easily, and thinking that it was good because it would just say like no parabens or no phthalates. And I thought that meant it was good, but that's just such a small portion of how something is clean. And so the second is having amazing products. So they wanted it to be extremely clean and safe for you, but they wanted the products to actually work. And anything that I used in the past that was really clean, it really didn't work great. And so I thought that the trade-off was, okay, well, if it's going to be good for me, then it's probably not going to work as well. So that was a huge thing that Beautycounter wanted. And then the third thing is advocacy. Like I said, they work with Washington all the time. They put on all of their products, you can text to Congress to say that you want better beauty laws. And so that's a huge part of what they do. I actually just earned a trip to DC, so I'm going to be able to go and like be on Capitol Hill and work with Congress for better beauty laws. And I just think that it's like, I'm just so proud to do that for my kids, that I know that I'm creating a safer and cleaner future for them, because the products that are in Claire's, the products that are in the kids section in Target, like that stuff has terrible stuff in it. And people just don't know, but there's hormone disruptors. I have lots of girls like on our teams that have had problems with infertility, and their doctors were like, you need to look at what you're using for skincare products. And all of them recommended Beautycounter because they knew it was really clean. They're extremely transparent. So if there's something, everything is on their website. So you would never be like, well, what is this or what is this? They're very transparent with everything that they do. They have been doing this study that on mica. And so you guys probably, I don't know if you know what mica is, I didn't, but it's what makes anything in your makeup shimmery. So in your like eyeshadow, in your, like anything you put, maybe your blush. And so it's something that's sourced from all over the world, but it's usually irresponsibly sourced. And so there's usually a lot of child labor that goes along with it. And so there's kids that are 3, 4, 5, 6 years old that are in these mines. They don't go to school and they just source for mica. And so Beauty Counter is going to every single mine that they source from to make sure that it's responsible. And that's just what they want to do. They want people to be transparent. They want companies to be transparent about what they're putting in their products, because we deserve to know. Like, if someone said to me, where's your mica sourced in your eyeshadow? I'd be like, I don't know. And I have seen other companies to start to talking about that. And that's what Beauty Counter wants. They want to get it out there so that other companies can follow. So I really joined, first it was to support a friend. I was just buying a couple products, and then I was like, oh my God, these are incredible. And it was just like a sunblock and a cleanser. And then, like I said, I was getting more into it when I got pregnant, and I was told I couldn't use that skincare anymore. And so I really just started diving deeper into it. And then I had my second baby in April, and I was doing another business for 7 years, and I just wasn't really feeling aligned to it anymore. But it was a huge leap of faith for me to change businesses, because it was my income from, my household. And I knew that Beauty Counter had so much integrity. I loved their mission. I loved that they're really trying to like change the laws, and they don't just like say they want that, but they're like in Washington. And I loved that I could help other women, whether they were pregnant, breastfeeding, and then just educating people on cleaner beauty. And so I just felt like it was a really strong company. And I knew that clean beauty is not going away. It's only going to be getting stronger. We're in the press all the time. We're on the New York Times all the time. So it's just something that I feel like is only going to grow, because people are just learning more and more about what they're putting on their skin really does matter, because what you put on your skin goes into your skin. And I think if you work out and you eat healthy, then you need to be like worried about what you're putting on your skin. And people really don't think about that. Your makeup you're wearing all day, your skincare, your body lotion, all of that matters. Things I was using on my kids that I thought was safe, and I looked and used these apps and learned that they really weren't safe. And so it's just frustrating as a consumer to think that if something says natural or even organic, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it is. And so I think that we have that right. So that was why I joined. And then Mallory, I'll unmute you and you can just kind of share a little bit about why you joined, and then I'll go into products.
Hi guys, well thanks for coming, first of all. I appreciate everyone being here. I kind of had a very similar experience, everything Stephanie was saying about when I was pregnant. I was using like a retinol cream, and that's the first thing they ask you at the OBs, like, are you using retinol? You can't use that because it can cause significant birth defects in babies. So obviously that was really scary. So I stopped using that. And basically my skin kind of had some, acne, and I didn't know what was okay to use when I was pregnant. So I haven't really used anything, and I've been doing some research similar to Stephanie's journey. What's okay to use when you're pregnant? What's okay to use when you're nursing? And I follow Stephanie on Instagram, and she's always sharing educational things, and I learned Beauty Counter from her. But the thing that I really like is that she really does educate you. She doesn't like push products on you. And I ended up reaching out to her, asking her for information about the products. I just got my products yesterday, so I'm really excited to see what they do for my skin. But, superficially, I want my skin to look good, so that's why I bought them. And then also, like, carrying a baby, I was like growing this little tiny human, so I wanted to make sure that I'm taking care of him as well. And I was just thinking, I gave him a bath earlier today, like looked at the ingredients in his bubble bath, and it's all crap. So I'm like, washing my baby with these chemicals, and so I'll have to look into the baby line for sure, Steph. And then the advocacy part is pretty amazing. again, it's not like trying to sell a product, it's trying to help everybody have access to safer and healthier products. So I think that really resonates with me. Yeah, so we'll see. Like I said, thanks for coming. I'm still learning about all this stuff, which is why Stephanie's here helping. So if you have any questions, ask away, because I have a lot too.
Yeah, I'm super excited that you joined. And it's funny because my upline and then her upline, neither of them had tried the product like you, Mallory. They just researched a ton of different businesses. And after like months of researching, they're like, Beautycounter really seemed like the best one with their advocacy, really educating people, and the compensation plan is pretty amazing. And they hadn't even tried the product. So it's just funny. And the products I'm going to show you right now, which like literally has like changed my life. I was someone that I washed my face in the morning and I like put moisturizer on, more so in like the winter. And then at night I like never took off. I never washed my face. And that's like such a huge no-no. Even like I go on date night with like makeup and I'd still go to bed. And that's horrible. So as I'm showing these to you, just like keep that in the back of your mind that like I never had a regimen. Makeup, I really did like bronzer and mascara. Sometimes like I have eyelash extensions now, but they're pretty much gone since I can't go get an appointment. So I wasn't someone that even wore that much makeup unless I was going out, like out for the night. So when I first joined, I was super excited because like Mallory and I were saying, retinol is a huge problem with when you're pregnant and nursing. And so the day before I joined, I said, I really wish they would come out with an anti-aging line that didn't have retinol. And the next day they said, we're coming out with an anti-aging line with no retinol. And they worked on it for a really long time. And they said, this is going to work the same, if not better than retinol. And so it has 2 key ingredients in every single one of the products in the regimen. It's called bakuchiol and then Swiss Alpine Rose. And they're 2 plant-based ingredients. So I'll go through each one, and then I'll show you my results that I got from it as well. So Beautycounter is also huge on sustainable packaging. And so they have just repackaged all of their products. This was brand new, so this is just a new package. But it's like, you can see it's like really pretty. It's rose gold and has the gold plastic. They've done the best they can to decrease the amount of plastic they have on their containers. And they're actually going to start considering doing like refillable bottles as well. So they're always trying to move forward with that. So you can see like this thing's huge. So I started this line in July. And my first of these, I ran out 4 months later, like one product. And then 5 months, 6 months is about when I started to run out of the other ones. One of the products I still haven't run out of from July. So I would say like they last a long time. And so I have people that have said, you know, I've spent the same amount of money on what I used before, but this is clean and safe and it's lasting me longer. Because there's no like additives and crap added, it's very concentrated that you don't need a lot. So the cleanser it's a cleansing oil, something I had never used or heard of. So it's Asian inspired and it moisturizes really well. It feels like silk when you're putting it on. It feels so good. And then it doesn't strip your face of like the natural lipids and fat that it needs. So if you feel like your face is dry when you wash your face, it's because it's stripped of what it really needs. So this is something you just put on a dry face and then wipe off with warm water. Pretty simple. So that's morning and night. And then the second one is, this is called an Essence. So this is the one that I started in July. So I still have some. And so like I thought toners were like dumb. I didn't really understand them. And so this is like a toner, but like better. It's called Essence and it really will take off anything that is left over from your cleanser. And then it prepares your skin for the treatment. So the treatment sinks in better because you want it to like really work best. What I liked about this is a lot of toners, you put on like the cotton ball and then you wipe. So I like that this one, you just put into your palm of your hand and then you just press it onto your face. And so that's step number 2. And then after you prep, you treat your face. So that's the serum. So this is what I ran out of first, but I will say I was using probably too much of it at first. Like I used 1 pump when I first started and it was really too much. I almost use like half a pump now. So this is often where you'll see some not so great ingredients in other lines because this is like really what does like the magic of decreasing wrinkles and fine lines and brightening. And so this same thing, morning and night. And then daytime, I don't have it with me, but so it's called a soft cream. It's in a bottle. It's a little bigger than this. And it's just like a very silky moisturizer. And then at nighttime, they have, so it's basically all the same. And then instead of the soft cream, they have this really thick Supreme cream. So they don't call them day cream and night cream because a lot of people people are obsessed with this, and a lot of people use it during the day. So I just ran out of my soft cream, so I've just been using this during the day instead. And so this is like super thick. You like can't even like shake it out. Same thing, this lasts a really long time, probably 5 months. This one lasted me. So that's at night. And then there's the eye cream, which is extremely popular as well. This one, same thing. I started in July. I'm almost out of it. It's hard to tell, but I still have some left. So this you can use morning and night, which I just learned like a month ago. And there's girls on our team that are like, I can't believe you're not using that in the morning, because it like really gives you this like pearlescent glow almost. So you can use this morning or night. I've only used it at night, which is probably why it's lasted me so long. So that's for nighttime. So like I said, I was using a cleanser and moisturizer before. So I think sometimes people see that and they think it's overwhelming. But because this was like my business, I'm like, I'm just going to start and just be consistent. And I took photos at 7 days, and I couldn't believe that I could already see results. And that was just kind of like when you work out and eat healthy, when you see results, you take a picture and you're like, oh, I'm actually like changing. Then that motivates you to want to keep going. This line is extremely luxurious. People compare it to like these crazy expensive, like skincare lines from like France. But at like a fraction of the cost. So it's very luxurious. I feel like it's like self-care when I'm doing it. People love the way it smells. Beautycounter, because everything is clean, there isn't a lot of big smells. They may have like body lotions and soaps may have like a citrusy smell because it'll be natural orange or lemon, things like that. But for the most part, their scents aren't strong, but this has like a really beautiful scent. So I'm just going to share my screen and I'll show you. Like I said, I took 7-day photos and then I took 14-day. At 14-day, I saw better. And then I took 6-week, and at 6-week, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how great my skin looks. And then I took 4-month and I was like, I can't believe it got even better. So I probably should do another one because it's been like 6 months now, but I'll just show you my, the last one I did. It was 15 weeks. And so this is 11 a.m., same sun, bathroom, no filter, no makeup. And so like I was, I don't know, 5 months maybe postpartum here. And so like my baby like did not sleep for a really long time. So I wasn't sleeping, and I just felt like my skin was so much brighter. I didn't like realize, kind of like when you do before pictures, when you're like working out, you're like, oh, when you see the before, you don't really realize it until you take pictures. It's so important. So it just is so brightening. It really evens out your skin. And my customers that use this, they try it one time when I send them samples, and then they're like, what's in this stuff? My face feels incredible. So girls on our team, they're like, this stuff's like holy water. So it's a very popular skincare regimen. So because we lose collagen, like starting at like 28, 30, if you have like normalish skin, then this will be fine for you. The only one, holy water equals fine. Yeah. Especially in quarantine. So, I don't remember what I was saying, but anyways, so this, it comes in a regimen, which doesn't include the eye cream. And then the collection is, bigger bottles, and it comes with the eye cream. So obviously the regimen's cheaper. I'm going to just say now the whole entire site's 10% off. And I didn't want to forget to say that. So it doesn't really matter right now, but just let me say it so I don't forget later. So remind me when we're talking about that at the end. And then we also have, as I was saying, aging. And so if you have like really oily skin, then this might be too much for you, some of these, because it is super moisturizing. But we have Counter Control, which is a oily, acne prone regimen. So a lot of girls have been reaching out to me that are pregnant. That's what happened to me with this last pregnancy. I was breaking out a lot. And so you can use Counter Control. My nephew uses it. He has really bad acne, and he used it for a week and he had great changes. And then he gave me his pictures for a month. I was like, bud, I'll give this to you if you just take pictures for me. So he's been really good about that. So we have Counter Control, and then Counter Match, which is just like a really moisturizing line, more so preventative. I would say like if you're in your 20s, like 20s to 30s, that would be 20 to 30, that would be great. Some people do a hybrid of the two because they might like one or the other. But that's just to give you an idea. There is a skincare quiz I think Mallory gave you, so you can always take that. It's like 3 questions, and it will tell you, people have primary concerns and then secondary. So someone might be like, I really want to be like focused on anti-aging, but I get breakouts here and there. So that would be like a primary concern and secondary concern. So that would, it will tell you what it recommends, and then it will recommend a Counter Plus product. So a Counter Plus product I'm going to go over now. So these are products that can just be like that secondary problem, something that you might use a couple times a week, once a week, not something you use all the time. So the first one I'll go over is the charcoal mask. And so this is a mask that I use like once a week. It's just really good at just like drawing out any impurities. And if I have like a pimple at that time of the month, you can literally like spot treatment it. And if I feel like something's coming out, I'll just put this on it, and then it kind of just goes away. It doesn't even like come out. So people love this. And I feel like with everyone home right now, like makeup, most people aren't wearing makeup all the time if they're home and they're not going out at all. But people have really been using their skincare because they feel like it's like a routine and it's like consistent. Erin, you look really pretty right now. I don't know what you have on, but I was looking at you as I said that. I'm like, she might have makeup on, but, oh, lashes. Yeah. So this is an incredible line. So self-care, like this is just something, it's good to do self-care when you're home. I have 2 kids, but I have 2 step twins. So like there's sometimes 4 kids here, like homeschooling, like, and then running my business. We have a brick and mortar business. So like self-care needs to be important in my life. So the next thing is the overnight resurfacing peel. So this is like a really gentle peel. This I would say is one of 2 products that if someone said, I can only afford one thing, what should I buy? So this, they call this like a facial in a bottle. It's a really gentle, it doesn't like peel. You put it on a couple times a week and you just leave it on. You don't have to wipe it off. A couple times a week at night, and this would replace the serum that you're using in your regimen. So that does, if you have this, it does extend the life of your serum because you're using this a couple times a week. Girls that love this, they try to use it like every other night because they just love it so much. It's really good at brightening, really good at decreasing spots. Girls like put it on their chest, they put it on their hands because they feel like they're like, I just want to bathe in this stuff. So this is incredible. Same thing, this lasts a really long time. You only need a tiny bit. I have one that I got and it lasted me like a long time, like 6-7 months. This is the other one. I said one of 2 products if I had to recommend, is the cleansing balm. So this is, you can see this is the older packaging. It's like clear and plastic. So now it's gray like the other ones. It looks like this though. It's like in this tub with the gold. This stuff is incredible. So you can use this like 100 ways. You can go on Pinterest and it's like all the ways to use cleansing balm. So it's really like a deep cleanser. It like wipes off your makeup. And it has the consistency almost of Vaseline. So some people can get nervous that it's like too thick. My sister was like, are you sure I can use this every day? And then she started using it. She's like obsessed with it. You can also use it as a overnight mask as well. So you can put like a thinner amount on and then go to bed. And then when you wake up, it just is absorbed. And so it's super moisturizing. So you can see it's like just super thick and you only have to use, they recommend almond size. I wouldn't even say you need that much. I would probably use like a dime size. So this stuff is incredible as well. And then the last one I'll go over is we have 3 different oils, and some people aren't familiar with oils. People that love oils, when they try these, they're like, you can tell these are like high quality oils. Your makeup doesn't run when you put them on. So I put a few drops of this one. This is the brightening. So it's 1, 2, and 3. Number 1 is brightening oil. So I put a few drops in with my morning moisturizer just for like extra moisturizing and brightening. Like it just gives you that glow, but you can literally just put it right on your skin. The number 2 is plumping, and then the number 3 is balancing. And again, pregnant friends, they have been using the balancing, and you just literally put the oil like on, if you have a breakout, you put it right on your skin, and they couldn't believe how well it worked. I hadn't used it yet, and I was like, it's good to hear from them that they love it because I hadn't used it, but people are afraid of oil, especially if you have oily skin, but if it's the right oil, then it works well. So that's like our Counter Plus product. So that's kind of like the 3 regimens I went over, and then the Counter Plus. And then I'm just going to go over quickly like our go-to makeup regimen. So like I said, we are like a skincare line company, but our makeup it's more of like a no makeup look in a way. So it's called Flawless in 5. So basically they want you to feel like you can do your makeup in 5 minutes and run out the door. Like I see girls on Instagram doing like contouring. I'm like, I don't know how they do this. It's like they do like so much stuff. So this is like so simple. And like I said, I really didn't wear makeup before. I might go to Sephora, buy stuff that just like looked fun, but then like really wouldn't use it. So I was like, this is my job, so I'm gonna do it and see how it is. And it was funny how it just really does make you feel like more confident. And when I was going out, like I was not sleeping much as a new mom. And I'm like, I just feel like a human being. I don't feel like this hot mess mom. I have it on now. I don't have lip gloss on, but you can't really even tell. It's just like, it makes your natural features just pop. So it has 6 steps. So the first step is either a tinted moisturizer, which is what I use every day. I love it. So this has SPF 20 and it's a little more sheer, and it has, it's more of like a dewy glow. It's called Dew Skin. So it has more of like that glow. Some people don't like the glow. They feel like it's like too shiny. And people prefer the more coverage. So this is our foundation. I personally never wear foundation, but I get amazing reviews from my clients that use this, that they don't think it's cakey, and it's supposed to be buildable. So Beautycounter wanted you to like be able to wear a bronzer or blush and not feel like you had all this stuff on your face. One client was like, I literally forget to wash my face at night because I don't even feel like I have makeup on. So the other one is the foundation. So you choose one or the other. And then the second one is our under eye concealer. And this stuff is amazing. I have tried so many under eye concealers because I have like this vein that drives me nuts under my eyes, but all of them were like very cakey. And so I just gave up on trying them. So people love this. It's a stick. A pen. And so you just click it. And then what's great is that our makeup artist, she used to work with celebrities. So she does like amazing tutorials for us. Someone was just saying they were watching her, one of them earlier, and she will tell us like when the award ceremonies are on, like the Oscars and like all of those, she'll tell us on the red carpet who's wearing only Beautycounter, because they're that effective and high performing that they do stand up to like the lights and photographs and all of that. So it just goes to show you how well it works. So the third thing is brows. So we have a brow pencil, and then we have a brow gel. And so the brow gel it looks like a mascara brush. And so people love this because it's so fast. You just go like that and like brush up on your brow. And so this comes in invisible and then a few different shades of brown. The pencil is, I would say, more if you have like spots to fill in. So I feel like right in the middle, on the end there, I use it a little bit there. And then I just use this on the rest. And even the invisible is like, it just makes them pop. And your eyebrows really like frame your face. I remember the first time I got my eyebrows waxed, I couldn't believe like what a change it made in my face. It really does just like frame your face and really makes your whole face pop, I feel like. Fourth is mascara. So there's a lengthening and there's a volumizing. And then fifth step is blush. So blush is, I used to use Orgasm by NARS, which I don't usually say other company names, but that's what I used to use, and which isn't so great. And so this one is called Nectar, and it pretty much is the same as that. A lot of people use that, and so they like for me to say that. But there's 6 different colors. There's really pink ones, and then there's all different ones. But the blush is incredible. It goes on, it's like a really pretty, it like looks like a deep pigment, and then it just kind of like goes into your skin nicely. And these are all like triple checked for heavy metals. So Beautycounter says, okay, nothing's in our products. None of these ingredients are in our products, but then they use third-party companies to make sure that things really aren't in there. So they go like above and beyond, and not many companies will do that. And then the 6th part is lip gloss. So a lot of lip products have lead in them. So really anything you put on your lips, you should be able to basically eat. You should be able to ingest it because it is on your lips and you are taking it in. So our lip gloss is like not sticky. I'm usually like a lip gloss girl versus lipstick. Not sticky, it's vanilla. So there's a whole bunch that you can choose from as well. This one's like a fan favorite, and that's the one I love. I'm more of like a nude type of girl. So when you go to the website, it's really good at walking you through because it can be overwhelming. Like, well, which one am I? So it goes over with your skin tone, and I've only had, I think, 2 people in like 9 months that were like, oh, I probably should have gotten a little lighter or a little darker of these ones. But I can basically like look at a selfie and say like, okay, that person needs this color and this color. So it's pretty straightforward. So it's $150 for the 6 products. So it breaks down to $25 a piece, which I was like, when I used to go again to like Sephora, I would spend that at least on products. So it really is like that go-to regimen. So I feel like I have like a skincare regimen that I use, and I probably will purchase it, twice a year. And then the makeup, all of this makeup I showed you, I just ran out of it. So it lasted me about 6 months, and I wasn't wearing it every day, but often enough that I was happy that it lasted me that long. Even like girls, what we'll do is when this is like almost out, we cut it, and then you can use like a Q-tip and just put it into like a jar, and you can get so much more product out of it. So it really does last a long time. And like I said, the whole site is 10% off. It's not usually on regimens and the Flawless and 5 because it's already at a discount. So if you bought all of the products separate, it would be more money than if you bought the regimen or the Flawless and 5. So they don't do an additional discounts usually, but the 10% rent right now is additional. So it's $150, so it would be $15 off, so $135. So that's that. But I brought one of the eyeshadows out. Like we have obviously a little more makeup. Like this is the one that I use a lot. And then I like bronzer. So, and they have I just got the liquid eyeliner because I always see girls wearing it. I'm like, I wish I could learn that. So it's like a goal of mine. So they have eyeliner, they have liquid eyeliner, they have highlighters. So they have a lot of like fun stuff. But based on what you like. So obviously, like I was saying, some celebrities that use it, they have like a very natural look. And then some have this like stunning, like the liquid eyeliner, like it's amazing, like statement. And they're both beauty counters. So you can really go above like as little or as much as you want. So that's kind of it for products, for like all like the favorites. And then I'm just going to talk about, we have like a loyalty program. So it's called Band of Beauty. And what it is it's $29 for 1 full year. And it doesn't like auto renew. It doesn't have any monthly charges. So it's $29. You pay $29 today and you get it for a year. So what you get with that is every month there's a free gift. So if you were to enroll this month, it's the charcoal mask. So basically you're paying $29, but this mask is $49 alone. So it's kind of like you're kind of making $20, but at least you get a gift that like is worth more than what you're paying. And then on every single purchase, you get 10% back in credit. So let's just say for ease, you spend $150 and you paid the $29 for the membership, you get the charcoal mask, and then you get 10% back. So $15 back into your basically your beauty counter account. So the next time you went to make a purchase, it would say, do you want to use your $15? And it would apply to it. And then say you spent $80, $8 would go back into your account. So it's basically $10 back, 10% back. And every time you spend $100 or more, it's free shipping. So that's just like the perks of it. It really is like an incredible program. I'm like someone that's like, well, I don't know, like you hate like when things auto, or you're like, if I pay for it, is it really going to be worth it? But when I heard this, I thought like, this is one that I feel like is incredibly worth it. You like kind of like Amazon Prime, like you pay the $99 or whatever it is now. And you're like, well, it kind of sucks to pay for it when you pay for it, but then you're like so happy you have it all year because you're getting free shipping. So I would highly recommend that. I am doing a raffle prize. So if anyone does decide to order this week, I'm going to be doing a raffle for anyone that does become a Band of Beauty member. And then, I was going to do a giveaway too. So I'm just going to kind of like not look at anyone and pick someone. Let me just kind of change this and do a giveaway. All right. Sarah. So if you buy anything, I'll Venmo you $10 off your order. All right. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I have to talk about. Is there anything else you wanted to say, Mallory? So 10% off everything. So basically, like the ways that you can support Mallory in her new business is just making a purchase, becoming a Band of Beauty member, or becoming a consultant. And so she just joined, obviously. So if any type of income interests you, I know this is like a really hard time for some people. And so I think this is like, when I think about why I did this, it's always important, I feel like, to have that like bracing for impact, because you really never know where your life's going to go. And so many people are like, oh, I have a great job and it's secure. And I'm like, I know, you never know what's going to happen though. And like something like this, it's like, holy crap. Like there are so many people out of jobs and it's like so scary. So I feel like this is something that, like I said, I did another business for 7 years before this. And this is just like, I feel really good and proud to be a part of this company, because I feel like I'm helping women and families just be cleaner and safer. And I like that I'm a part of changing like the future. So, and it's really, like Mallory said, it's just about like educating people and saying like, hey, what's maybe one thing that you can swap out? Maybe it's your body lotion because you're putting it all over your body and you want to have that clean. Maybe it's your tinted moisturizer because it's on your face all day long. So it's not like changing everything, but just like starting with one thing, or using, like, it's called the Think Dirty app. And then EWG is Environmental Working Group. And so both of those will basically tell you, you can scan a product or you can put in the name, and it will tell you on a scale of 1 to 10, basically how clean or not so clean your products are. Beautycounter is an EWG certified company, which means everything is in the safe or green zone, basically. And we're also a B Corporation, which means that we have higher standards than most companies. So Athleta is one. There's a bunch that you might see, it says B Corporation, and I had never heard of it, but they are like doing sustainable packaging and just going above and beyond, trying to do better than other companies. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I guess if you have any questions, I can go there. So you can click on your name and click unmute if you have any questions. I'll go through the chat and see if there's anything too. But yeah, so like I said, Mallory just joined, so she was going to get what Beautycounter is doing. They're doing the 10% off just to kind of help people with like what's going on right now. They're trying to be considerate of that. And normally it costs $98 to become a consultant, and then you get 25% off products. But they have starter kits when you join that are 45% off your products. And so, but the cheapest one was $325. So what they did with all of this going on with the COVID is they created a starter kit that was $100, and they were waiving the $98 fee. So basically, I was saying to Mallory, like, girl, it's $100 to start your own business. Like, you can literally make that back in a day. Like my upline makes $20,000 a month. Her upline makes $50,000 a month. Like if you want to make $100 a month, you can do it. Or if you want to make a lot of money. So it's a huge range. And for me, this is something that, like, I have 4 kids, so I do it here and there throughout the day. And then I can do stuff like this at night, like to help my teammates or to do things while my kids are in bed. So that's kind of just how I work it. And I think a lot of people are like, I'm so busy. Like, right, everyone's so busy. No one's like, I have so much time. I mean, maybe now because you're home. So it might be a good time to start a business because a lot of people are home. But a lot of people don't want to like add something to their plate. But I always say, like, if you don't have a lot of time, like if you do something and you grow this business, it could take away from something else that you maybe don't love. Maybe you want to cut your hours at your full-time job because you have kids. Maybe you just need supplemental income to pay for my step-twins play hockey, like it's so expensive, or just college for your kids, or retirement, just anything like that. I feel like supplemental income is always a bonus, and then it could become your primary income as well. So if you have any questions on that, we can always talk offline, and you can like learn with Mallory because she just started, which is always fun. But that's basically it. So Mallory will have a link that you can go to shop. But yeah, if you have any questions, even over the next few days, she can just text me and I'm happy to answer any questions if you guys need recommendations.
Cool.
Or anything.
I do have like kind of a question.
Yeah.
I did the quiz yesterday and I did it today, and I'm 7 months postpartum. So I feel like I don't even know what my skin will be in a few months.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still breastfeeding.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of at a loss. Like I got Countermatch, but I was wondering, is that what you showed us in the beginning?
That's Counter Time.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you said like moisturizing was like your main focus, it probably would recommend Counter Match.
Okay.
It is like my friends that use it are just love it.
Okay.
And then, but some of them will kind of do a hybrid too. With the counter. So
Okay.
if you go with like a regimen, like Mallory or myself can always send you like a sample of the other. So like you can always see like, oh, maybe
Okay.
it's one thing and the other you like, or you try the whole thing and you're like, oh, I love this. We do have a 60-day money back guarantee. So they really want you to try it for the whole 60 days because when you try a new skincare, like you can go through like a detox and like a lot can come out. So you might break out. When I started using Counter Time, aside from being postpartum, I really didn't break out often, but I was getting every like week I was getting a new pimple and I was like, oh shoot, like I hope this stuff, I can't not use it because I was loving my results. But then after those 4 weeks, it went away and it hasn't happened
Okay.
since. So they really want to encourage you, like, even if you're doing it for 30 days and you're like, I don't think this is what I should be using, like really go through that whole 60 days before you return it. But they want you 100% happy. The customer service is incredible. If anything comes to your house and you're not happy with it, if it, obviously if it broke or like a pump isn't working, they'll ship it like that day, a replacement to you. You don't have to send like that other one back. So yeah.
I have the Counter Match here, Sarah. There's a bunch of stuff. There is.
Yeah, I just don't know what to choose. Like, because I'm definitely interested. I kind of looked at all the different regimens and I wasn't sure what
What do you feel like your
best.
primary concern would be?
Right now, it's just that I have a lot of like scars from like acne from previous,
Okay.
and I have kind of like combo skin, so sometimes it's dry and sometimes it's oily, and I think it depends a lot on like stress and my cycle and stuff.
Yeah. The resurfacing peel is really good for acne scars. But I would say if you were interested in like anti-aging, then I think that you would be okay with trying the Counter Time based on what you just told me. But if you were like, I really just want to like brighten my skin, like Counter Match is amazing for still brightening and really moisturizing. Then that would be a great line too. So
The Counter Match.
yeah.
Okay.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'll be 30 in August.
Oh yeah, so you're like right on the line. So either one, yeah. I'll be 40 in 3 weeks, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't have my hair done. I can't have my eyelash extensions, and I like have nowhere to go. My husband just told me he had planned a surprise birthday party, and they had to cancel it. I was like, this friggin' quarantine. So
yeah,
yeah,
it'll just have to be in the summer.
yeah, I know. So I'm like, oh, so much for fab and 40.
I know. I'm like schleppy and like
like hag and 40. Any other questions? But yeah, I would recommend like if you guys get a regimen and then you get the Band of Beauty and you get the free charcoal mask, whatever you get for like the 10% back, it's gonna be anywhere from like $20 to $30. The next time, whether it's that day, some people will order that day and get like the eye cream with that. But I would say like the resurfacing peel would be a great option. So if you're gonna do the membership, like save one thing that you still want, but don't buy it in the first one because you can get your credit back and then.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
Or if you do get like more, obviously your credit back is going to be more.
Okay.
But if like, I know it's a hard time right now too with some spending and all that. So, any other questions? Congrats, by the way. Is it your first baby?
Yes.
Oh.
Thank you. That's actually how I met Mallory. We were in like a mom group together.
So fun.
Yeah.
So fun. My little one just yesterday, it's my second. So I missed every milestone. So I think I got 7 months was like the only one. I'm like, oh my God, 7 months today. And I took a picture, but like today I was like, oh, you were 11 months, like 3 days ago. Like once you have two, it's so hard to keep track. But yeah, welcome to motherhood.
Thanks. I just have to say, like, we have like a crazy storm going on right now, and I've been able to see it in your windows throughout.
I was
Is
just
that what's
wondering.
going on?
I kept seeing something in the back.
Yeah, no, it's like kind of extraordinary, but that was my kind of like ADD moment for the night. I was like, wow, a lightning show.